God is gay. God is a lesbian. God is trans. God is gender non-binary. God is straight. God is cisgender. God is black. God is white. God is Middle Eastern. God is Asian. God is differently abled mentally and physically. God is able-bodied. God is you, and you are God because you are a reflection of God's divine image.
So James is biting at the bit to have a go at this. I'm just going to say from a theological point of view, and we should have a theological discussion on this, did you notice the sleight of hand that character pulled? My understanding of the Bible, of the Jewish Bible, of the Torah and so on, is that man was made in the image of God.
Bingo!
The sleight of hand there that this clown has pulled, he's twisted it round and gone that God is made in the image of man or woman or trans or this or that or whatever else, and therefore any human behaviour is godlike. That, to me, from a theological point of view, before all the Twitter heads go nutty, is satanic. It's Satanism. It's the flip side of what the Christian and Jewish religions are about, in my opinion.
Rowan, it's not necessarily satanic so much as it is heresy. And this is the sort of fight that people in the early church had for centuries. This whole idea that you were projecting the present political and whatever other obsessions of the day onto the deity. The whole point of God is that he is eternal and transcendent. Yes, in the Old Testament, he may have some anger issues, but that's another story. But the idea there that you go and you reflect all of the present day obsessions, onto the deity, onto God, and then use that to reflect back whatever you're doing as somehow God-like, this is a heresy in the extreme. And I'm sorry, but, there are eternal truths, and now you can choose to believe them or not. That's not, the point of this. But if you are going to subscribe to Christian doctrine or Jewish doctrine or any doctrine, the point is not to rewrite Judaism or Christianity or Hinduism or Islam or whatever your faith is, through the reflection of whatever today's episode of the Green Left Weekly is.
Well, the reason I say satanic, and I chose that word carefully, and I said very clearly that I was talking about purely from a theological point of view, is that in theology, the devil was cast out of heaven on the pretense of offering an alternative religion, an alternative God. Now, the idea, as James just said, that whatever man does, therefore, because man is a reflection of God, makes whatever man does godlike, is a complete inversion of the basic idea of religion, which is that God is perfect, man has inherent foibles, and it is the struggle of man and woman to overcome those foibles that makes them religious and better, not to have whatever they want to do under whatever circumstances suddenly godlike. Rita, you've been very quiet on this theological discussion, James and I are having.
Well, yes, it's interesting, but the churches, and certain churches more than others in Christianity, have opened the door to this sort of thinking.
Of course they have.
100%.
This sort of dogma. And guess what? It's going to destroy them from within. If you don't actually stand for anything, if your most fundamental principles are able to be bent into whatever shape the activists want, then you're not going to have people devoted to this religion, because they can see just how surface level it is, how it has no depth,
and
it has no security.
And you can see this. There's so many data points about this. Traditional denominations, traditional forms of worship, the Latin Mass, things like that, are all incredibly popular with young people of faith. They do not want the hippy-dippy guitar mass sort of nonsense, the post-Vatican II stuff, which destroyed not just the Catholic Church, but infected an awful lot of the Protestant ones as well. People want serious doctrine, and they want truths, and they don't want to be told, oh yeah, go do whatever you like, and that's all okay with the big man upstairs. Hey, strummy. That is not the point. People are attracted to a disciplined religion that is, if that's what they want, that gives them a challenge to meet to make them a better person.
If you want people to be devout, you've got to give them something to be devout
Correct.
about.
Absolutely.
Yeah.